Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, I did it again this week. I went and hunted for Blu-rays again. I was working out of town and seen a pawn shop and a Big Lots and swung into both. I think I struck some really good gold this week though. A very out of print 20th Century Fox and a very out of print Disney Blu-ray. Let's check it out. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my channel, John Doe Juggalo. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Like my daughter says, it's free and you can always change your mind later. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This is where you're going to find me discussing my favorite things about movies and music, video games, and the physical medias that surround all of those types of mediums. So please sit back and relax and check out this next video. So yeah, it's always really nice to be out of town and find a Big Lots. This Big Lots was not very organized. I will give it up to my local Big Lots. They're a lot cleaner and a lot more organized and a lot easier to shop at. But this one did have some things that I haven't seen at mine before. So that was very neat. So I'll show you what I got real quick. One of them's probably not so good. I mean, they might not all be so good, but I feel like I got some good deals either way still. The first one that I got is a double pack. Now, I used to buy these double packs when I was still, I say a new Blu-ray collector, but this was kind of about 2 years into Blu-ray collecting or so, maybe 3 years, that they started doing these. And what they would do is they'd take two standard studio releases, squish them together, throw a slipcover on them. I think I still have my slipcovers for a lot of my old double packs, but I'm not sure where they went because inside the double packs, they actually have the individual movies. So I would take them out and then I'd put the individual movies on the shelf where they go. Now, I don't remember ever seeing this double pack, but it has a sticker on it from Walmart. Because they were sold at Walmart. It's underneath the Big Lots sticker. And it is from 2009, I believe. But this one is a double pack of Midnight Movie and Killer Movie. I know they're kind of generic names, and I don't remember. I do kind of remember Midnight Movie here, but I do not remember Killer Movie, not one bit. But it's got the girl from Big Bang Theory in it, William Shatner's daughter. So, like I said, this was like from 2009, 2010 when it was at Walmart, I believe. Because see, look, it's got that $5 Big Lots sticker on it, which is really nice. See, if we peel that sticker back, let's see what we got there. See if I can see it, because I think I can. Yeah. So it was February of 2010. So that's about the time these were coming out. And like I said, I bought a handful of these, but I always took the slipcover and just put the cases on the shelf where they went, because inside there's two separate cases. I think, like I said, I think I still have the slips, but I'm not sure. But this is going to end up going on my double pack shelf instead anyways, just because it is a double pack and I'm going to treat it as such. And I kind of keep those separate now. I didn't even get into double pack Blu-ray movies until earlier this year. I used to despise it, but then when I figured out that the app that I have keeps track of the movies individually anyways, I'll just get them and throw them on a one single shelf. That way, if it says it's in a double pack, I know exactly what shelf to go to. So that's why I don't mind. And I mean, I got 2 Blu-rays brand new for $5. That's a pretty good deal. I'll check those out. They can't be that bad, right? Now the next one that I got is a movie from 2020, so it's probably not the best. A lot of 2020 movies weren't great. There wasn't a lot of things going on in the theater and whatnot, and people working. But this is a Shout Factory with a slipcover, so I was kind of excited about that. It's got Jesse Eisenberg in it and Ed Harris, and that is Resistance. It has your standard Blu-ray. It's based on an incredible true story, according to that sticker. And it's got the girl from Game of Thrones and The Last of Us. I don't remember what her name is. This girl right here. So, but it is a Shout Factory, IFC Films, Warner Brothers, whatever, the works. But, and this can't be that old of a release. I mean, I say like it was in 2020, but the Blu-ray can't be that old because they're talking about Ed Harris being in Top Gun Maverick, and I believe that was in 2021. Now, Top Gun Maverick was delayed for a while, so give or take, the synopsis for this could have been written. But even still, I mean, it's still, like I said, I'll give it a go. I like Jesse Eisenberg. I like historical type of movies, so we'll give it a go. Now, that's all I got from Big Lots, I kept it nice and short, a little under $10. So, on average, about $3 a movie. Ain't gonna cry about that for that trip. So, the theme of this video might just be $3 movies. Because pretty much everything I got was $3. Because everything at the pawn shop that I also stopped at were $3. I asked the guy, I said, how much are your movies? He said $2 DVDs, $3 Blu-rays. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just try to dig into the Blu-rays because I'm trying to keep myself tamed back on DVDs because they take up more space, and space is always of the essence to save. Plus, most of the movies I'm trying to go for nowadays do have Blu-ray releases, so I'm just not trying to own DVDs that have Blu-rays. That's all. If they're gifted to me, I will take them. I will still watch the movie. I will still enjoy it. If I enjoy the movie, I will then be trying to replace it. That's all. Not trying to be format snobby, just Blu-rays are starting to fit my shelves easier and better. So, I was very excited to get $3 Blu-rays. We got The Invasion. Now, I know this just got an Arrow release. This contains Blu-ray disc only. This is the Canadian version. It's in 2 different languages. You got your French and your English. Now, this is from the time that the movie came out, like 2008. So that might be the theme as well. I got 2008 Blu-rays, I guess, or so. Either way, they used to put this on there because this was when Blu-rays were still pretty new, and they didn't used to bundle DVDs in with Blu-rays. You just bought a Blu-ray because you wanted a Blu-ray disc. So combo packs weren't even a thing. But this is still like taped and sealed. Like it's never been opened before. So that's nice. It's like a brand new. Got me a brand new copy of The Invasion. I've never seen this, but I know it has a brand new Arrow release, and I know my buddy Brian over at Last Movie Standing likes it. So I'll give it a go. I'll check it out. It could be pretty good. I like both actors in it. Also, speaking of my buddy Brian, we're going to wait a little bit before we get to it, but one of his all-time favorite movies is also in this stack. It's a little bit further down the stack. But the next one that I found, I've only ever seen this one time in the wild. And the one time that I found it, it came with a slipcover, I believe. And my buddy Bob needed it for his slipcover collection. So I let him have the purchase instead. And that's going to be Step Up Revolution. And I got it because, well, it's a 3D Blu-ray. And of course, if you've followed my channel long enough, or if you haven't, I like 3D Blu-rays. I like 3D movies. This is a 3D TV right here. This is my main viewing TV nowadays. It's about all I have left, besides a VR headset or 2 that I could watch them on. But I still actively look for 3D Blu-rays. And for $3, a steal. I'm very excited to have this one and to be able to check it out at some point. I hear that the Step Up movies actually have really good 3D effects. So, this next one, I have never heard of it. It is in Italian with English subtitles. I don't have a lot of foreign to me language movies in my collection. I'm trying to broaden my horizon and touch out a little bit. So I figured for $3 this was worth the toe tip. But the main reason why I decided to grab it is because it is a Kino Classics. And that is Seven Beauties. Like I said, I had never heard of it. The Kino Classic logo right here on the bottom, this logo sold me on the movie alone. Its spine does not look like any of my other Kinos. It will stick out like a sore thumb if I put it with my Kinos. But just it being a Kino Lorber sold me on the fact that I would check it out. So, if you guys know anything about this, please let me know down below in the comments. I won't be maybe jumping at it quickly because, like I said, I don't really watch foreign movies like that. But I figured I'd give it a go, you know. And I believe it's also my first Kino Classic. I have Kino Lorber, like Kino Lorber Studio, the black label, but I believe that's my first Kino Classics. All right, and so the next one I was super surprised by, only because, you know, they said $3 Blu-rays. I was kind of skeptical on whether or not this would fit in that category because it's an entire season of a TV show. It's still just a single Blu-ray disc, though. That's what's kind of cool about Blu-ray, so much fits on it. I do not have any other seasons of this show. This is kind of my first toe into it. I watched a little bit of it back in the day on TV. And that's going to be Venture Brothers. This is the 3rd season. And like I said, it comes on one DVD, but it also has a music CD in it as well. So you get the whole 3rd season, which I believe is, I think it's like 15 episodes. And then you get 20 tracks on a music CD soundtrack type of deal. I think that's very cool. So, and I think it's part of a bigger set, or it was just really sun bleached because I can't see anything on the spine. It looks like it could be part of maybe another image. I can see a little bit down here, but maybe it's part of like a whole series box set or something. I don't really know. I assume it's supposed to be about this orange color right there, and this is very sun faded. But I mean, for $3, I'm not going to complain because it's Adult Swim. And Adult Swim stuff is just kind of hard to find a good deal on in general anyways. So, and that is a shame though, just because I will see the spine more than anything. But it's cool just to have it and be able to check it out. And not be dependent on whether or not Max deletes it off their service. Because they've been known to do that type of thing. And for my next one, I know I am a Criterion guy, and this has a Criterion release that I would not mind having, but the Criterion release is a 4K transfer on a Blu-ray disc, which means that it'll probably get the Criterion 4K upgrade treatment soon, maybe around the next anniversary. This is and the next anniversary is, next year for 40 years. This is the 30-year anniversary, so this Blu-ray is about 10 years old. But we got The Breakfast Club. Very cool to finally have this in my collection. I grew up watching this movie a lot. It was one of my mom's favorites. I love this movie. It's great. I'm not sure why I never had it in the collection to begin with, but for $3, I'll watch it, and if I ever get the Criterion, I'll compare it. And so for this next one, this next movie actually did something for my collection that I didn't know I needed. I didn't know I was missing it. I thought I had every Quentin Tarantino movie, and until I got this movie, I did not. And that will be Django Unchained. I thought that I had Django Unchained, but I guess I didn't. This was the last movie I needed in my collection to have every Quentin solo directed movie. He technically has 9, and he's only going to do 10, or so he says. We will see how that goes. But this completed my Quentin Tarantino set. So I have all of them. Almost on Blu-ray / 4K. I do have a DVD, and it's of his newest film. Go figure. But I found it thrifting too, and it was, so it's whatever. I need to watch it, and I'm sure because it's Quentin that I'll probably want to upgrade it to Blu-ray just so that way I have at least really good transfers, or good. Most Blu-rays are really good transfers still anyway, so I'll have better transfers than standard definition. So very happy to have this one. Now this next one, I have never seen this. I do not own a lot of black and white movies in my collection, and I don't watch a lot of black and white movies. But my buddy Brian over at Last Movie Standing, he just did a black and white video that was about 35 minutes long or so. Man, I watched the whole thing. It was such a great topic of conversation. Definitely go check that out. Go check him out if you're not checking him out already. More than likely, if you're here, you're probably there too. But he said that this was one of his favorite movies, and he appreciated it a lot more once he was in film school and he had to recreate a scene from it. And I've never seen this, so I'm very excited to have it in the collection and be able to check it out. And that's going to be Casablanca. I've never seen this before. This is probably a fantastic way to get into it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to, check this out as I dive deeper into black and white films of classic, because there are new films doing black and white as well. If you need to know more or want to hear more about black and white, like I said, go check out Brian's video over at Last Movie Standing. He just released it. It's fantastic. Great topic of conversation. And I'm very excited to have this one in the collection to check out. Now, on to the 2 golden gooses, the golden eggs, the holy grails, the out-of-print movies that I found at this pawn shop. Oh my goodness. So the 20th Century Fox one, I'm very excited about this because I don't know if I've ever seen the film, but so many people talk about it and talk about how great it is. And I remember my dad having it on DVD back in the day, and he really liked it. So I'm assuming that it's probably pretty darn good. And that's going to be Danny Boyle's Sunshine. And the thing about this is that from what I understand, this movie came out in 2007. The Blu-ray came out in 2007. It's a dual layer Blu-ray from that year, and it was never pressed again. The only pressing that exists of this Blu-ray, at least in the United States, is of this particular disc. In 2007, Blu-ray technology was still very brand new, so dual layer discs are probably super temperamental. I didn't know this about this particular movie, but apparently this movie's starting to go bad. I will probably make a community post in my community about whether or not this disc plays. I will, because if it doesn't, I definitely want to let people know. And if it does, I still would like to let people know, because I didn't know that was a thing for this movie. There is no other Blu-rays of it, so you're taking a major shot in the dark when you buy this, apparently. And when I went and looked on Amazon, I didn't see anything less than like $30 for this, which is super expensive in my opinion for a Blu-ray disc that's close to 20 years old now. It's like $30 still. So, and it's just a studio release, but it is 20th Century Fox, and that's Disney, which is now possibly Sony. So maybe we'll see a 4K of this get put out. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I've heard a few friends say that they feel like a nice Arrow release would be good for this movie. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe I misheard. I'm not sure. Now, the holiest of all grails of this pickup. This is actually why I started to dig around in their movies at the pawn shop. I went in there. Obviously, I stopped in. I seen their light on. I stopped in to check and see what they had going on in there. And they were all on a table, so you could just see the spines. But this was the first spine that I seen. And then I was very excited from there. Everything else came after this. So, of course, you know, it's not like the excitement got better or I found a whole bunch of stuff. But, you know, I found sunshine and stuff. But this was the spine that I seen from afar. Boom. And that is for Disney's Heavyweights. Now, I believe I've seen this, but my goodness, if I've seen it, it was a very long time ago. Like, if I watched it physically, it was on a VHS. More than likely, I watched it in the late 90s on, like, the Disney Channel. More than likely. But it has Ben Stiller in it. I dig Ben Stiller. He's one of my favorites. It's got our boy Kenan Thompson from Kenan and Kel and all that. He was technically a Disney kid before he was a Nickelodeon kid. How crazy is that to think about? And then you got the kid right next to him that was in the Mighty Ducks as well. So, yeah, we got Heavyweights. When I looked this up on Amazon, I started seeing prices that were just astronomical. So I was very excited to find this for $3 because I'm not hearing anybody say that it doesn't play or that it goes bad. So that's even more exciting. And if you follow my channel long enough or any of that kind of stuff, you know that I basically try to get anything and everything Disney as I see it. Even if it's not something that I might watch, it might be something nice to pass along to my kids or later even the grandkids. I mean, someday I might have grandkids that I want to show Disney movies to, and Disney Plus will probably be $50 a month by the time that happens. So here we go, you know. So yeah, guys, that was that's the stack that I got. We love it. Great stuff, you know. Some good out of print stuff, you know. And like always, you know, if you guys have stuck around to the end of this video, thank you. I do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button for me. If you're not already subscribed, please do that and hit the bell notification. We have channel memberships. I would like to thank my members for supporting me in the way that they do. And until next time, later.